Ever watched a Minecraft speedrun and asked yourself, what is even happening? As a speedrunner and streamer, I see this question a lot. I decided to make an all-inclusive video about what to look for when watching someone speedrun. There will be timestamps in the description below if you need a certain section. This will also be a very condensed version of what Minecraft speedruns are, and it's not a guide to how to speedrun the game. If you want a guide for that, I'll link some helpful videos to get started. Alright, let's begin. So the first thing people will see before loading into a seed is 12 different Minecrafts open at once. We do this because we need all the seeds we can to find the best start. And resetting 12 seeds at once helps accelerate the process. We usually call this the wall. In the wall, we're looking for an island spawn with a beach biome and trees. This is because we're looking for a specific structure, a buried treasure, and it's the fastest way of finding one. As we load into a seed, we start finding the buried treasure. We do this by having our FOV low and using the pie chart on the bottom right to look for a spike. Sometimes, we can use a zoom feature to more accurately find the location of the buried treasure. Once we find the right chunk, we dig at 9-9, and usually there's a BT. Sometimes, we can get fake spikes because of mineshafts and dungeons, so speedrunners reset the seed when that happens. Buried treasure is the fastest way to obtain 7 minimum iron, which is all a speedrunner needs to enter, but would like on average 13 iron. Other structures can be used like shipwrecks or blacksmith villages, but they are much slower on average. After making all the tools, we look for kelp on the ocean surface. This usually indicates there's a magma ravine for us to build a portal. However, sometimes it gives false positives through ocean ruins or rare cases of bad ravines. We are looking for two shapes when entering a magma ravine, a small L shape or 1x2. Either one is sufficient enough to enter the Nether at a fast time. Once we enter the Nether, we immediately open our F3 menu and pause the game. We look at our entity count and see if it spikes by 30 plus entities at once. This spike indicates that a Bastion has loaded in. There are 4 Bastion types that a runner can encounter. Bridge Bastions has all its gold located at the chalice. They use a route similar to this. But there can be alternatives. Treasure bastions, which can be identified by the 2 main components, the treasure room, which looks very bulky, and the chest room, where the runners get the gold from. The route looks very similar to this. Stable bastions have 3 different ramparts, with different chances of chest spawns, ranging from no chest all the way to 3 chests. The triple chest has gold, and runners may use this gold if more than one triple rampart has generated. However, most runners will use the gaps found in the lower section of the stables instead, like this. However, gaps may not always spawn. The last but fastest bastion on average is housing. It has 2 ramparts but also has a center chest at the bottom of the bastion. The most popular routes are these 2. What runners are looking for is not exact number of items, but in general, they need 16 plus pearls, 64 plus string, 3 fire res, and 10 plus obby. 20 is the magic number, but sometimes it is slow or hard to get 20 obby. The rest of the items can be very helpful, but not necessary. While trades are happening, most runners will look for the fortress with the pie chart. They can also do this while going to the bastion, but most of the time it will happen here. They find the exact render distance the fortress appears on the pie chart. Then they lower the distance to get rid of the pie chart, and have the render distance 1 below the number needed to see the fortress. Then they move 1 check over and see if they load the fortress or not. Of course, this step can be skipped if they know where the fortress is, and usually that happens in the faster runs. Once a runner is happy with their trades, they pearl to the fortress and begin collecting blaze rods. On the way to the spawners, they can lower their render distance to 5 to increase the chances of random blaze spawns on the way to the spawner. However, the main method of getting blaze rods will be from the spawners. Now, at the spawner, they must clear the space to increase the chances of more blazes spawning at once. They can either mine the surroundings or have a carefully placed bed like this to blow up the surrounding blocks. Most runners will aim for 6 blaze rods, but 7 is needed in case of an eye break while measuring. Speaking of measuring, the runner will often build another portal next to the spawner, or whenever they get 6 blaze rods, and blind into the overworld. They will then throw an eye and use a calculator called Ninja Brain Bot to find the exact location of the stronghold. Now, they can also use a zoom method to get a more accurate calculation based on the first eye. However, this requires some setup, as a boat needs to be placed and exited from the player to work properly. That's why some runners choose to do it during the animation of the Nether portal. This is a much more simple explanation of what runners do, so there will be a doc that will explain it much more in depth in the description below. Once they have their measurements down, they will re-enter the Nether and build their portal at the exact coordinates. Usually, they should spawn in a Stronghold room called Starter Staircase, which can be identified by the stairwell leading to nothing and having a room with up to 5 different directions. Again, speedrunners use this pie chart to their advantage and lower their FOV to scan for certain numbers, telling them that the portal room is in a specific direction. This number varies from computer to computer, but if the number or close to it is found, it usually is a great indicator that a portal room is there. Once they find the portal room, they prep their inventory and ready themselves for the end. Now, at the end, the runner has 2 ways of killing the dragon, either with a 1 cycle or 0 cycle. Traditionally, the 1 cycle was the most popular method of killing the dragon. You place 2 obby on top of each other on the side of the fountain like this. Then, you wait for the dragon to perch and use beds and respawn anchors to blow up the dragon. On average, this can take around 1 minute 30 to 3 minutes depending on how lucky you are. However, the faster method, 0 cycle, takes away a lot of the randomness of the perch by killing the dragon in the air instead of waiting. To do this, there's many different setups depending on the obsidian tower's height and the dragon location. For example, this is front dragon tower 94. This is on average a much faster than a 1 cycle. And there you go. Now you can be an expert Minecraft speedrun watcher. I will know if a run is on good pace for a good time. I'll be happy to answer any questions down below if you get confused. Again, there will be useful links down below for more in-depth guides to speedrunning. Please like and subscribe for more content. I really appreciate the growth my account has been getting for the past month. This has been a hobby I was nervous about starting, but the streams and videos have been so much fun to do. Thank you.